Good afternoon. It's February 23rd, 2026, and today uh, we had a bear day. Um, Here's how it looks on the daily chart. So once we broke lower below, I believe this is so this was Friday. And once we broke lower, we were coming up from these highs. You'd have to be you'd have to be, you'd have to have a convincing bear trend to on the intraday chart to believe that we would get a measured move down. So, I started buying uh when we got right here, when we got this kind of like this double bottom on this bear channel. This broad bear channel. So, it did break out. And so the next place you want to buy is the midline of this range. So if let's say you get out uh, a great place to get out would be this gaps down. Oh, right. I took a phone call. I think what I was talking about was I bought first right here when we touched the bottom of this bear channel a second time. And a good place to get out would be when you see we gap below, uh, we gap over this low with this big trend bar, this bear sell off, and we gap over the trend line too. When it pulls back and fails, you definitely have to get out. If you haven't gotten out already, you got to get out there. And the next spot that you can consider buying is the midline. And so you probably would have gotten in on the midline on one of these bull bars. And if you didn't, you get a break of the bear channel right here that I have drawn, and you get this big bull bar. And what I really like here is you always want to keep a look at these gaps. I don't know if I don't think I overemphasize them. I think it's a very good thing to keep in mind. So we break out below this this low here. We pull back and we get a bull close above this low. So that's a good sign. But when it breaks out again, you see we try and pull back and get a bull close above this bar, this low, and we do not. So I was thinking, okay, maybe the bears are taking hold again and we're going for this measured move. But when you get this strong bull bar, it closes above this low, room back to the EMA. Combine that with the fact that this would have to be a pretty huge bear bar, which isn't impossible, but we've just been going sideways. So market inertia, the market tends to keep doing what it's been doing. I was anticipating a range day, and so it does bounce. So um, that's how you could play play this like a range day, and you would have gotten a very nice move out of that if you hold till the break. That's a good move. So anyway, I already explained that, so I don't have to go back over that. And overnight uh, we got a sell off down to support about 68, 67. It's near these lows, and then we get two legs up. Uh, so you're probably watching this bottom. That's about a 50% correction, I think. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So yeah, it's about a 50% correction. So if you are thinking that, we're going to get a 50% correction of this bull move and bounce, you could buy down here or you could buy this higher low. I kind of like this. This looks a little too weak, but that would have been a very nice buy, anticipating that we test the highs, and that's exactly where we go. So now we make a double top. It sells off. That's a strong sell off. You get two strong bear bars in a row, a little bit of a pullback here where it stalls and you get a doji, but it's a bare body. So that might be a place where you consider getting short. Drops down, forms this price level, comes back, tests it. You get a pullback, doesn't quite reach the EMA, goes a little further, boom, another pullback, test this level again. I think I don't think there's anything wrong with getting short right there. Um, it could be a range. Turns out to be a good move. EMA's holding prices. I'd be anticipating a range day at this point, so get a nice little bear channel you can see there. A little tight bear channel. And you get a pullback, lower high. This looks pretty good after we tested the EMA and it fails. I'm not gonna, sit here and act like I wouldn't take this. Especially, it looks like you're gonna try and test the low of this channel, so maybe you just go for a scalp. But we overshoot this potential blue channel and we form a flatter bear channel. And this is where I'm looking to get long. It's choppy. The breakouts, the gaps are being filled. This low, we got to close above this low. Thing is, the EMA, we're not gapping above the EMA, so that's something you have to keep in mind. And I think you have to a great trader knows how to dynamically risk. Okay, on if we had a gap above the EMA and a couple swings above the EMA, maybe you buy right here and put your stop at the measured move. But seeing that this EMA is pointed down and we don't have a gap above the EMA, I think that, you get short. Let's say you get short on this range right here. Let's say that's the range. I don't think you want to, oh, whoops. I don't think you want to hold beyond this measured move. And you can see it. That's where it breaks out, pulls back, and tests. So yeah, dynamic risk. So we sell off, and you get that breakout pullback. I think that's a good area to get short if you see all that. So yeah, I do like buying in here, but you have to know where to get out. So I like getting short here. That breakout pullback, strong bear bar. We now have a gap open, so you can see the low of this bar. When we get this breakout pullback, it creates a gap. And so I'd be at least looking for a measured move down of this leg at least. And that gets you a nice little move, and it goes, well beyond that. And again, this is around the midline, so I'd probably take partial profits or full profits right there. You can see a lot of people did that. We get a break of the channel, move to a new low, and it bounces. And I think, I like getting long here. I like getting long here. I think this is a very appropriate area to use a wide stop. And your initial target would be, somewhere up here. I liked looking at this gap, and you can see it came just short of that. But I mean, at that point, you should be trailing your stop anyway. But anyway, I like getting long in here. We pull back, test the EMA, go a little higher, get that second leg before we get this super long pullback, bear pullback. I don't really like any of this in here. You're just kind of in no man's land. And it doesn't look like a strong bear move. And then you get this strong bear close here, pull back, two strong bear closes, poor follow through. It looks like an overshoot of this channel. Or not, an overshoot, excuse me. then you get a higher low, it bounces, boom. And unfortunately, I don't really think you can get long here until right there. Come back, we test this level, you get a break, you get a lower high. Uh, I'm not crazy about I'm not crazy about getting I'm not crazy about getting short here, but I wouldn't knock anybody for doing that. I mean, you could look at it as one leg pullback, second stronger leg, so like uh, a second leg trap. You could look at it as, and I mean, shoot, if you don't take that, maybe you take this failed second entry long, because that looks like a trap. When this bull bar opens on its low and closes on its high, and then you get terrible follow through. Come down here. I mean, this looks like a bear channel, and you get an overshoot. It bounces. And again, I think this is at the midline. Yeah, this is so. I mean, this is a reasonable place to get long again. You're bouncing at the midline. You're getting higher lows. That pretty much takes us into the end of the day. So um, let's take one last look at it, and let's take a look at how February's shaping up. Yeah, it's just a doji. I think we're just gonna get a bunch of sideways stuff. You know, could go a little further, up or down, and pull back for the rest of the year, basically. So I'll be back tomorrow.